Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 225. I'm Jessica, also known as Naturally Nitty.
And I'm Allena, also known as Starnets. Today is June 7th. Or is it the 6th? It's the 7th?
It's the 7th, I believe.
Okay. It is June 7th.
Yeah, it's the 7th.
Where was I going with that? Oh, this is a planning podcast. This is our bi-monthly podcast. And if you are a first-time watcher or listener, welcome. If you're a returning watcher or listener, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, so pull up a chair, grab your knitting, and craft along with us. This is a planning podcast, which I totally forgot about until literally 2 seconds ago. So bear with me as I have not read any of the classes yet.
That's okay. I did. So you have your advanced studies. 75% for your NEWT is due the end of this month. 50% of your OWL is due. And then you should have started your order mission on the 27th if you remember to propose one, which I did not.
Neither did I.
So Quidditch match 4 is June 11th through the 25th. And you're still doing Quidditch cheering things, and they want you to show off your team pride by showcasing a traditional art or culture of your team's country. So yeah.
Cool. I haven't done any advanced anythings.
Me.
No anythings. So boo on me, but yay to those of you that have. All right. So first up, arithmetic. This month we'll study the great mathematician Leonardo of Pisa, known as Fibonacci. In his books Liber Abaci, published in 1202, he introduced Western Europe to the numeric series known as the Fibonacci sequence. Simply put, the Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers in which each number is the sum of the two preceding numbers in the series. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and so on. The Fibonacci sequence is closely aligned with another mystical number known as the golden number or the divine ratio. So your task is to craft something based on the Fibonacci sequence. Please be sure to explain the connection. Non-rev crafts are welcome. So I've done, I think, hats where I've done stripes in that sequence.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple that have like cables in that series, that sequence.
Okay.
So there's a ton of projects, but you can also just do it yourself too. Like they have pictures of different things in the shop, not the shop, the top of the forum of that stuff. So yeah. Astronomy is next. This month, they want us to be inspired by not only our own solar system, but all the spectacular sights that can be viewed from our telescopes. So craft in the colors of the planets, moons, nebulae, galaxies, and other celestial bodies visible in the night sky. Non-rivalry crafts will be accepted. And then they said to see the FAQ in post 1 for more information. Like you have to use like a real planet or not solar system, planet or like real things. Like you can't use like Gallifrey from Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. So
it would be like
real planets, not made up ones.
Real solar system. So that's kind of cool. I'm liking the new trend of accepting non-rev crafts a lot more. Even though I don't actually turn in the things that I make that are not Ravelry crafts, but still cool. But yeah, so
that's cool. Galaxies are so in right now.
Are they?
I don't know. My kids like them. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Charms. The wand lightning charm and the wand extinguish
Extinguish.
charm, lighting, not lightning, sorry, and extinguishing charm. For homework, please craft something inspired by either Lumos or Nox. Lumos may inspire you to craft in light, pale, or bright colors, or to use lightweight materials. Nox may inspire you to craft in deep, dark colors or work with heavier weight materials. Whatever your choice, please be creative and be sure to tell us how your submission was inspired by Lumos or Nox. Non-RIV crafts will be accepted if they fit the prompt. Remember to tell us whether you practice Lumos or Nox and how it reflects that practice. So that's fun.
I kind of want to make
And pretty wide open.
light switch covers that say Lumos and Nox for this class
That would be cute.
for all of the rooms in my house. I might do that, actually. That would be fun. We'll see if I have time.
That'd be cute.
That would be fun. Defense against the dark arts. One of the most carefully guarded and so also well-known facts about Professor Lupin is that he was a werewolf. Some found it distasteful that a dark creature could teach defense against the dark arts. We feel that his struggle to control that side of himself, as well as his actions towards Harry and on behalf of the Order of the Phoenix, is precisely why he is worth our dedicated study this term. For your assignment this month, craft something inspired by werewolves or the moon. If you aren't making a physical representation of a werewolf or the moon, please describe in your post how you were inspired. We are not studying legitimacy this term. Non-rivalry crafts will be accepted if they fit the prompt. That's cool.
I like werewolves.
And the moon.
That too.
So that can yeah, that's cool. Because light and dark, the moon, galaxies, it's all kind of related.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. And it's super easy to turn something in for light or dark.
Right.
I mean, for even the moon or the werewolf, you can do anything round and say it was the moon, or
in a crescent shaped shawl, if you're, that advanced and you can make a shawl in that time, that could be the moon. But yeah, lots of things. Or even colors for the werewolves.
Like browns or grays.
Or browns, grays, whatever. Okay. History of magic. This month, our class will be studying Molly Weasley. Such an interesting witch. Perhaps these bright students can recall when restoration and order had to be established at number 12 Grimmauld Place, the headquarters of the Order of the Phoenix. It was such a fast-paced event with many moving events, situations, and challenges. There was great difficulty and strife during that time for the members. Molly Weasley was just the witch to calm the storm. She is the matriarch of the Weasleys. In addition, she played a formidable role in the Order of the Phoenix. She ran number 12 Grimmauld Place with efficiency, certainty, and compassion. She adeptly organized the cleaning of the house. She also made certain that all those who entered were well taken care of during their stay. She was forever cooking, especially when she was fretting or angry. She is an extraordinary multitasker, which made her the logical choice to organize and manage Grimmauld Place. For instance, she can read a cookbook while actually cooking. She has been known to sweep and dust simultaneously. Creating clothing is another activity she enjoys. Often, she sews garments for her children to wear at events. Her garments tend to be made out of several colors, which rarely match. She is able to make several items at once. She also uses multiple techniques to create a piece of clothing. For example, she once made a quilted jacket with crocheted edging. Molly Weasley is a witch of multiple talents and willing to attempt new adventures while thinking outside the box. Your homework this month is to demonstrate your understanding of Molly's ability to multitask and embrace the more eclectic things in life. Create an item that Molly would create with either 2 or more colors or 2 or more techniques. The 2 colors or techniques should be included in one item. You're welcome to turn in more than one item, but at least one of them must include 2 colors or techniques. Please tell us the techniques you use when turning in your homework if you chose this option. Techniques can be different crafts or different stitch patterns. Just name a few. Non-RAV crafts will be accepted in this class. Cool.
So I think another one was 2 like that too. Last one.
Oh, I was say, yeah, there was, I forget what it was.
Anyways, yeah. So that's pretty wide open too.
Yeah, so like stockinette stitch and lace, or cables and ribbing, or whatever, 2, or different colors, which also works. Fun, fun, fun.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything about spinning. I bet you could spin 2 different fibers and ply them together, maybe.
Yeah.
Or something.
So yeah, that would be an easy one to do for spinning. Magical law. Magical law can be as basic as understanding the law of knowledge. This month we will study the aspects of the law of association, which and is broken into 2 parts: law of similarity and law of contact. Law of similarity, things produce like things. Law of contact or contagion, things which have once been in contact with each other continue to act on each other at a distance even after physical contact has been severed. Both of these laws affect our lives. Example of the laws. Harry Potter was placed in his aunt's home for protection. As they were blood family, the law of similarity was also in action, and the law of contact, often used most in alchemy and potions. A single drop of the river Leith represents the entire river. For this month, we will be focused on the law of association. For your homework, please select one of the following. Knitters and crocheters and weavers, craft something that shows the law of contact, i.e. 2 colors or 1 color and beads representing contact. Please use separate colors, not variegated yarn. Spinners, spin something showing the laws of similarity and the law of contact by using fiber that contains at least 2 different fibers types or 2 different colors. Dyers, law of contact, showing at least 2 colors. Also, please remember, per House Cup rules, we need a complete description of your dyeing process or the process in photos. Non-rivalry crafts will be accepted. Please show the law of contact in your craft, at least 2 colors in your project. So that's pretty easy and straightforward too.
Yeah. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So spinning would be easy for that one too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I have something that probably would work for that right now. Why are you? Okay. Moving on. Muggle studies. This month we will be studying Muggle inventions around cleaning. As you can see, we've let the dust gather a bit. Let's start with Arthur's favorite, shall we? This is not your ordinary mop. This particular mop inspired Arthur and Molly Weasley to develop one of their most famous cleaning spells, Spritzer. It converts any dry mop into a wet mop. However, it does have side effects. Anything you clean using it will briefly turn purple. This is another example of Muggle ingenuity that has pushed our magical community forward, and we have the Weasleys to thank for it. Arthur was also known to dance with the mop on occasion. For your homework this month, you'll help us clean up this room by using this Muggle tool and the Spritzer spell. Craft something to assist with spring cleaning. Non-revelry crafts will be accepted without prior approval. That's fun. So,
Yeah.
like Swiffer covers, dishcloths, anything like that, right?
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Easy one too.
I could use some more dishcloths.
So, last but not least, potions. This month, we'll be focusing on the Weasley twins' bruise removal paste and its magical properties. Your homework this month will be to craft something in less than 1 hour or craft using the colors yellow for the color of the paste, purple, or black for the color of Hermione's brilliantly purple black eye. If you craft using the color option, please use more than 50% of your chosen colors. You may use one or more of these 3 colors to satisfy the requirements of this prompt. Non-rivalry crafts will be accepted if they fit the prompt. So that one's pretty wide open too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could actually craft something in an hour though. I'm just that slow.
You could do something very mini, like a coaster or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I don't really use coasters, so
yeah, I don't either. Well, a little bit, but I'm trying to think what else
anyway, that's a good one.
is. You
I
could, as our non-Ravelry crafts made, you could like sew a bag in an hour.
Yeah, but a lot of the bags that I sew I've already cut, so I already started them. Not this month, so it wouldn't work. But I printed out that water bottle carrier. I wonder if that would take me an hour.
It goes pretty quick once you get the hang of it.
So, because I know Bella would like that.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
So yeah, okay. So back to our regularly scheduled podcast. Do you have any mojo?
No.
I actually do. So I finally, just yesterday and today, I finished the shawl. Well, I had finished the crocheting of it, but it needed
Right.
blocked and the ends woven in. So I blocked it yesterday. It smells so good. And it is, the ends are woven in. So I'm going to turn it in for detention.
Okay.
But it's done. And then I've got to mail it to Dawn so she can use it in her shop. So it's like a vest, right? So you wear it this way, and it has like a shawl vest parts. I don't know what it's called. So you put it on, and then you would use like a pin to hold it, and it like leaves like a shawl collar almost.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's done. So that's done. That's not all. That's done.
Uh-oh.
So for class last month, I was knitting a shawl out of my handspun, and I finished it
Yay.
completely. I turned it in. I wove in all the ends and turned it in, but I actually do need to block it. I didn't block it. I just turned it in
That's so low.
because it was like crazy busy time, and I didn't have time to do it. But yeah, so I'm gonna block it actually probably today, and stuff. So yeah, but I used 3 skeins of 3 different mashups, and like it was so hot when I took the picture to turn it in. I put it around my neck anyways because that's how I roll. It was so hot, but it's not hot today. It's like I'm wearing pants.
Ooh.
How cold it is. So yeah, but this is
Nice,
like really
cozy, comfy.
yeah. So that's what I finished. Oh, and I also finished a soap collector sack thing that I turned in for a class. Andy wanted one for the shower, so I made a soap saver.
What is that?
It's like a cotton bag that you put all the ends of the soap in, and then you can use it as like a washcloth with soap in it.
Oh.
I turned it in for the Holy class that you did. So, yeah.
Any whips? I don't have any knitting or crochet whips.
I do. I have to take this off. Okay, because it's chilly out, but it's not that cold. I pulled out this weekend. I pulled out these socks again. They're the socks that never, ever, ever, ever end. I have like maybe an inch of the ribbing for the sleeves. I mean, for the legs.
You're getting there.
Yeah, but they're never ending. So I pulled those out and I was working on those. Those are like if I don't have anything else to do, I'll work on them. But I also started some dishcloths, unbeknownst to me that there was a cleaning class that I could turn them in for. Mom wanted some new dishcloths, and she asked if one of the girls would make them, but Madison's not here, and Bella, I don't know if she would want to. So I knit 2, and I had a 6-hour drive.
Nice.
Last weekend. So I knit 2 already, and then I'm working on another one. And then I have some more cotton yarn to knit her. So I figured I would just knit dishcloths as many as I can for her. So
they're simple and easy to pick up whenever.
Yeah. So that's what I'm actually working on.
Very cool.
Yeah. And I took those with me because I was like, I'll just find a place to turn them in as dishcloths or whatever this past weekend because I had that show. And I didn't know I didn't have time to read the classes before we left.
Yeah.
So I just took those because I didn't really have anything else planned to make this month. So yeah, but that's it. Spinning. Do you have any spinning? You spin me right round.
Yes. So I'm spinning on my Clockwork Angel Rolex. I actually finished up the first 2 ounces. I think I seriously started this a year ago, but it's my like take around project. I have it in my purse and I spin on it once in a while. I'll probably spend a lot more on it now that it's nice out and we're outside more and stuff. But yeah, so I started that. So I have, almost 2 whole ounces to spin on this. But so I think I showed you this last time. This was my merino that I dyed it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to sell, but I ended up spinning myself. It's 8 ounces. But I washed it and like, it's amazing how much yarn fluffs up and is squishier after you wash it. Just saying that. So that's what I showed that. But I showed you those fiber bats. I believe they were in bats the last time I showed you that a lady from Crafters Retreat couldn't spin, but she had a bunch of fiber, so she sent it to me and I made them into bats. Well, here's the dark ones.
Cool.
I think they're about 300 yards each. I wrote it down somewhere because I handed them in like on the last day of classes. Like, I was so procrastinating, it was not even funny. Anyway, so I had these 2. It's kind of like a worsted weight ish. I tried to do a little thicker than my default. But I really like how the colors went together, and I just like made bats and split them into strips and then spun them. And then I had the white ones too. I had like a little bit more, like an ounce or 2 more, so I didn't try and like jam as much onto the bobbin, so I did 3 skeins. But these ones are pretty much white, and then there's like little bits of, I don't know if you can tell.
Like brown and gray?
There's all different sorts of colors that kind of were in it. Little bits here and there that just kind of went into it. So it's like a white, creamy, but also with, bits of color every now and then. Like, so that's kind of fun too. This stuff isn't as soft because the majority of it, I think it's like a mystery wool, but it wasn't as soft as some of the darker stuff. But it's not bad. And then I'm currently, I'm actually almost finished. I have, this much left to spin.
Cool.
Of the second bobbin. So this is the first bobbin. And so these were the warm colors, which I think I can do for the 2 color things, right?
Yeah.
Or it's more than 2 colors, or maybe even the light. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways.
Or the sun.
Or the sun, yeah. So I have like 3 different classes I can turn this one in for. But yeah, so I'm almost done with that, and then I have to apply it. But yeah, I did a huge batch of washing and drying my fiber because I had like skeins of yarn that I just hadn't washed for a while. And I did it all the other day and had them drying outside, and it was lovely. I think that's it for spinning.
Okay. For spinning, I have some. So I was spinning
Ooh.
that Roving Acres Jacob and Merino, and I turned it in, and I got, it's still wet because when I blocked this, I wet blocked it, and I was actually really pleased because you know how some sock yarns you get and you wash them and they bleed like crazy. Well, I have to say that Fairy Tale Dawn was awesome rinsing because it didn't bleed at all, and it was nice. So I used the water because you know you mix that water up, and so I used that and I washed some yarn. And this one was the one that I actually turned in last month. It's still a little wet actually because it's like not dry. But I got 10 wraps per inch, so it's about worsted. It's a 2-ply, and I got 278 yards from this. So it's this nice gray with blue and purple in it.
It's pretty.
It is. So yeah. I finished that. So then I'm gonna set this over here. So when we last talked, I was processing that Suffolk Cross fiber. I finished the whole thing, and I actually said I thought I had 2 pounds, but I think it was about, I thought I had 3 pounds, but I think it was actually 2. And then when I weighed it, I was like, oh, I only got 7 ounces, but I like reweighed it and realized it was leaning on the drum carder, so that's why it only said 7 ounces. So it actually totally I have like 24 or 26 ounces of bats, so not bad. So then I wanted to play some more. Oh, so then I wanted to play with my drum carder. So I got out some some Falkland Roving that I got for free. And I have some Stellina or Angelina. Stellina? One of the two. No, it's not. It's Firestar and nylon. And I made some like Rolex, which I really suck at. Like there's some like really thick and thin ones. Like you can see like they're really bad. But like learning how to pull them off the drum carder is a little harder than you make it look. But yeah, so you can see that it's like shiny. So the Falkland was like blue and yellow.
Okay.
Like, but when I carded it, it turned green. So well, obviously. Yeah, so it turned out really nice.
Awesome.
And I used like 1/2 ounce maybe of nylon and Firestar in with it. So I got this green roll bag to play with. But that's not all. I was not done playing with my drum carder because it's amazing. And I wanted to like process it. So I have a basket full of goodies. So I had pulled out some Rambouillet that you had given me a long, long time ago when you went to that garage sale.
Oh, wow.
I had dyed it and I never spun it because Rambouillet is a little bit rougher. So I'd never spun it. So I pulled that out and I decided to play with it. And I had some, actually, I found some on the floor left. So it was just like brown and blue and pink. I had pulled it apart. And so I actually have maybe like 1/2 ounce of it left because it fell on the floor where I was working on it and I didn't see it. So I have some left. But I also had some Falkland and llama that I got from you that I had dyed myself, and I had dyed that blue and green, and I actually have some of that llama left. And then I had some domestic wool from a fiber club that I went to that I got a domestic wool, and it was like some of the same colors. It was like reds and browns. And then I had some Falkland, which one was like a tealish, and then this one was pink. So I separated them all, and I made some. So first, what I made was these Rolags, which is probably, I didn't measure it, but I'm getting better at the Rolags. But I did like pink and purples, and then the aqua blues on this side. So I made like some Rolags. So I was just playing with it. So I used them. And then I wasn't done because I still had a bunch of this fiber that I wasn't going to spin by itself, but I figured if I played with it and mixed it all together, so the tealish color, I mixed in the llama because it was that like tealish color. Yeah. So these are Rambouillet, domestic wool, llama, and Falkland, like all mixed together. So yeah.
Fun stuff.
So then I made some just bats, which I did this all, yesterday? No, the day before yesterday. So I could probably turn this in for those two colors.
Totally.
Because they say non-Ravelry crafts. And anyways, but I did the thing with this one. So I separated that Falkland or that Rambouillet into the colors, and then I had some of the domestic wool was like pinks and reds and browns, and so this is like a pinkish reddish, like almost a rust color, and then blues, and then this is the teal, so there's llama in there too. So I made 3 of those bats.
Fun.
And probably like 1 or 1.5 ounces each, maybe 2. I didn't weigh them. I was going to take pictures and weigh them today, actually. So I did that, and then I still wasn't done. Yeah, I had a lot of fun the other day. So then I made some more, and then I just used the browns and pinks and some teals and blues because it's kind of like beachy.
Yeah.
I just did that, and then I realized I had some pink left, so I did one with I did a bat with pink and teal and brown. So
very cool.
I did that, and then I still wasn't done. I seriously had like bat day the other day. I just made bats the whole day. So then this is just Rambouillet and the domestic wool. So it's not the softest, but it fluffed out really nice. So then I had like pinks and purples and blues and reds. So I just mixed them all together, and it came out like a dark purple. Like I tried to make more purpley. So I have bats of this like, it's not like a dark purple. Like you can still see the pink in it and the red, but some purples. So I think
like a heathered yarn.
Yeah, so I think that would be really nice. So yeah, so it's like a not a muddy purple, but it is kind of like a toned down purple. It's not a bright purple. So I made all of those bats.
Awesome.
Well, the green I did last month, but the other stuff I did the other day. So I have a basket of fiber that I need to take pictures of, but I just took some of the fiber that I probably wasn't going to spin by itself and just mixed it together with other things and made stuff. So yeah. And then I don't know, whenever Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet was, I think that was April, I started this entrapment hot boheme yarn on my Kromsky because it was like a travel one, and I wanted to clean it off because I told Bella I would let her spin on it, and I'm going to have her ply that recycled yarn for me and to learn how to use it.
Cool.
So I wanted to clean off the bobbins. So that's what I spent yesterday doing. I was finished spinning the one thing, and then I plied it. I have to give it a bath and then it'll be ready. But I got 264 yards. It's a 2-ply, and I did it fractally. So you can kind of see, and it's like blues and grays and browns. So yeah, so that's all my spinning.
That reminds me of the 10th Doctor.
It does, yeah. So it turned out really pretty, and I just gotta wash it. I really like how it barber pulls.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, boom.
Great.
And that's all the spinning I've done. So this I'm going to turn in for. I'm going to turn in my vest for detention. I think I'm going to turn this in for the headmistress challenge because then I get 2 points. I get points for that. So.
Yeah, I turned in Trubin sweater for that.
Cool.
For headmistress challenge, and something for detention. Oh, my woven dish towels, which I showed you guys last time. I forget, when did we podcast last? Is it only a week ago? 2 weeks ago? I can't remember.
Week and a half ago, maybe.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
So all the spinning.
That you're using your drum carder and loving it, because I love mine so much, so it makes me happy that it makes you happy.
I need to figure out how to do the roll eggs better.
I can show you like on a video or like video chat or whatever.
Yeah,
it takes practice.
When I'm there, you know.
Or when you're there, it takes practice and just to get the feel of like drafting and rolling and drafting and rolling.
Yeah, I think that, and I kind of got the hang of it by the end, but still some of them are so bad. But it works. So, I mean, that's why I made a bunch of bats, because I'm like, I'm not doing the roll egg thing anymore. I suck at it. So I was like, I'll just do bats. Yeah. So, any sewing going on?
No.
I do. I have been sewing bags, obviously, for the last however lifetime.
Forever.
Yeah. But hey, I like it, so whatever. But I do have this week I've been getting ready for me and 2 other ladies that own different indie businesses joined up and made a Friendship is Magic mystery club. So you get a skein of yarn from Gypsy Stardust Yarn and Fiber. You get a set of stitch markers from One Sly Fox, and then you get a project bag from me. All inspired by My Little Pony. So the first one is Rainbow Dash. And so it's mystery of what you'll get. But that's on sale, and we only have like 25 boxes available. So, you know, like I've been getting the bags ready for that. So it's kind of fun.
That is fun.
So if you want to order it, I'll link it in our show notes. I think we were going to have it stop selling today, but I think they're extending it through the weekend because I guess some people get paid this weekend. So then you can buy, you know, you can still order it. And you can order 1 month, because we're doing it for 6 months. So you can order 1 month, or you can order 3 months, or you can order all 6 months. And if you order the 3 months, you get an extra small gift in your third box. And if you order 6 months, you get the small gift from your third box. And then on your 6th box, you'll get an extra skein of yarn.
Ooh.
So it's a lot of fun. And, you know, like just different indie businesses joining together is always fun. So, yeah.
Very cool.
That's my little plug, and I'm done talking about it. So, yeah. So, Jim, I created a new cardio challenge.
Hey.
You can say, hey, I'm in, and I'm going to donate this prize. And just go into your stash and grab a skein of yarn or hand spun yarn or some roving or a bat that you have laying around that you want to offer as your entry into this thing. And then starting June 18th will be the first check-in, and we'll just have check-ins every Monday where you set your goal and then tell us if you reached your goal from the last week. And you are your own goal setter. You don't have to run a marathon every week. You can just do what works for you and just get yourself moving again. I tagged a couple of people from the last couple of challenges that we've done to get more participation. And then, like we'll start on the June 18th. So if you want to join, feel free. It only costs you a skein or a bat or handspun, like something you want to donate. You don't have to go out and buy it. Just go into your stash and give something away. So you're stashing down at the same time, but also getting something in return. So
you're trading in. No, that'll be fun. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so that's cool. So, yeah, I'm thinking I might donate one of the bats that I made, or the bat sets, because some of them are like the same color family. Yeah. And then if that person wants to get it to spin themselves, or if they want me to spin it, I'll spin it for them.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, I either could do that or grab some sort of yarn. I don't know. I'll have to.
Right. So that's the gym challenge.
Fun. What's up next?
Binging. Are you binging on anything?
Yeah, I totally didn't update my notes right here. So I finished the Becca Cooper series of Tamara Pierce's books. So those were good. Totally mad at the last book. Did you read all three of those?
Yeah.
Not that I want to spoil it for anyone, but yeah, I was mad at the last few chapters.
Yeah.
When one of the characters was not cool. Anyways, but no, they're good. And then, well, I was doing, we'll get into it. I was doing other housey things, so I've been listening a lot. And I needed to find something else, so I went back and I re-listened to Bitten, which is the first book in the Women of the Otherworld series, because I couldn't decide on something, and it was in the middle of painting, and I think it was like almost midnight, and I was trying to finish like painting trim, and I was like, I need something, and I couldn't like decide, so I just like went to one that I listened to and enjoyed. And anyway, so it's been a while since I listened to them, so I listened to that first book, and I'm on the second one. I think I'm gonna just listen through all those as I'm redoing things around the house. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Fun. I am also stuck as what to listen to, so I started Blood Rights, which is the 6th book in the Dresden Files, and I read it. Yeah, and I finished American Gods, and I still am not crazy about that book. I just, yeah, like
So,
it was okay. I gave it 3 stars. That's it, because I didn't love it and I didn't hate it. I just didn't care. If you know, like you ever read a book and you're like, I don't even care what happens to these people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was neat. But yeah, so it got a middle of the road rating for me on Goodreads. So, but watching, so did you see on Netflix the 4th season of iZombie is up there?
No.
Yes,
Sorry, I love that show.
I know. So I watched the first one yesterday. I just saw it. The third Supernatural is on there now. And yeah, so I'm excited because all of the shows that I love are getting their next season. So it's fun. But yesterday, or that day, I spent the day watching Flash with Bella. Okay. So we're on the 3rd season of Flash, and they have the 4th season of that up now. And did you know that Draco Malfoy is in the Flash?
Yes.
Funny because he was talking about how he grew up in a rich family, and I'm like, yeah, that are dark wizards. Dying. But anyways,
he stalled out in the 3rd one, and then Gabe was talking about wanting to rewatch it. So I think now that they're going to be home soon, we'll start that up again. We were somewhere in the middle of the 3rd season.
Well, the 4th season is now on there.
Right. So now we'll have, almost 2. Actually, I think we're like 3 episodes into the 3rd season. I think we kind of got all, because like the timeline gets all funky and it like completely changes. So I kind of like, because you just got used to the characters, how they were, and then like they're all different, and it kind of pissed me off. So I think we all kind of just took a break.
Yeah.
But now I want to get back into it.
Yeah, so we've been watching it, but I took a break because it kept referencing stuff that happened in Arrow, and I'm not caught up on Arrow. And that's not something I'm going to watch with Bella because it's way darker.
Right.
But yeah, so we're just watching Flash. And then which I'm talking about how dark it is, but I was watching Grimm the other day, and Bella was watching it with me because she's been home for like a week now. And so I shouldn't be worried about Arrow and darkness and because we're watching Grimm, and that's just as dark. But anyways, I've been watching Grimm too, so
cool.
But that's it.
I have not been watching anything really.
I only watched stuff on bad day, and yesterday was spinning day, so I watched that stuff too. Like usually after shows, I need a couple of days to recoup before I get into it. So I had 2 movie days, but today I am working again.
Cool.
So when randomness, let's randomly talk about random things as it comes to our brains.
Randomly, did I have the mini deck finished at our last podcast? I know I had started
doing the mini deck.
Okay, so let me find a picture real quick. So we have a deck that's coming off our living room, which we still don't have doors to yet, but eventually there will be.
Do you have wood to make a walking area from your doors?
Yes, we do. Anyway, so there's this area under the tree by the back of our house that is always all dirt. Like, it's a pain in the butt. We tried to plant grass there for years now, and it just doesn't work. So I decided we're building a mini deck, which is actually bigger than the other deck because it's longer. And there it is. It's nothing fancy, but it's more seating area. And like for us, the little one was fine. But if anyone's over, if the kids have any friends over, when you guys come, when we have company or whatever, like that deck just isn't big enough for people to sit on.
So are you going to put like the white fence down around that too?
No, it's like 6 inches off the ground. It's like a step. So it's close to the ground. That's why it's called the mini deck. So it's just a step up. And actually, did I take pictures of that? So here it is next to the back of the house. Put stones back there. We covered with black stuff and bought stones and put stones back there, just so it wouldn't be all dirty. But we're gonna, because we still have more wood to use. Before the air conditioner to the end, we're gonna extend the deck all the way to the house, so it's gonna be like an even bigger square there. Just to have more seating, whatever. It's always dirt. It's gross. We have the free wood, so the wood, the main part that is already built, Joe uninstalled it from a friend's house. It was the deck that they were getting rid of. So we had the wood for like a year, and it was sitting on the side of our house. So we finally used that. But then Dad and Mary just got a new deck put on their house. Excuse me. But they had their old one taken off. So we're getting all that wood too. And that's what we're going to build that little part with, and the part that goes to the house when we get our French doors installed. Okay. So I did that, and that was exciting because when it gets nice out, I get the bug to be spinning outside and sitting outside, right? Well, one of the main things is, actually I could probably turn it. Those 2 windows right there are going to eventually become French doors, and that goes right out to the deck, the part that's already painted and everything. So that's going to be straight out there. So I'm super excited for that to happen. But this room I redid too. That's what I've been doing this week. I painted the ceiling, I painted the walls, and then I ripped up. It had the grossest carpet that has been there for over, I'm guessing, 30 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
But carpet in a dining room, which when we lived there, we had all us and our friends, so that's 4 kids and friends, and then all our family Christmases and summers and holidays and anything. So like there's so many stains on the carpet that was in there and the stuff that was in this room when we tore it out. We
Yeah,
tore it out
carpet.
and did the flooring. And it's so much nicer. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
So there's the wood. It's like the faux. It's the wood laminate, and that came from Dad and Mary too. And they redid their kitchen and dining room. It's the tongue and groove stuff. It fit really well, and we did it. And I painted all the trim, except for around the 2 windows that are going to be knocked out. All the trim white. So it just like brightens up the room so much. So it's so exciting to have that done. So now that that's done, the doors can be put in because
and think about how much less you have to vacuum. You just have to Swiffer, and all of Draco hair is gone.
I know I'm excited. I'm so excited. But someone or my neighbor was like, "You have so much motivation to do stuff," and I'm like, "No." My motivation is I want to be able to walk out that door with my spinning wheel and set it on the deck. Like I want to be lazy and not have to carry it around the house to go up on the deck. Like, oh, silly is that? Like I just want to be able to like open the door and walk along and sit down on the deck with friends outside playing.
That's hilarious.
Out there. So I'm very excited. We actually talked to the contractor who's going to be doing the door, and he said he's busy the next 2 weeks, but hopefully he'll be able to fit it in after that. So I know I'm so excited. So that'll be done. But now that I had redid that, now like so that table and chairs is like old and like bleh. Anyways, so I'm gonna redo those. What'd you say?
Those were grandma's.
Yeah, they were Grandma Trugan's. And it comes with a china cabinet and another little hutch thing that I use. I have my printer and printer paper in it. But anyway, so those are all going to get redone and painted and stuff. Hopefully pretty soon because I'm in the zone of painting and doing things. So I think I'm just going to do it.
I think that's non-craft.
Oh, I could use that for that?
Why not? It's
Could I use the room? I think I did the room.
If you did it in June, I mean, it's craft. Like you
painted a ceiling and walls and trim and did a floor.
Yeah, I think that counts.
I'm gonna see. It's light too, so I could use it for that Lumos.
Yeah,
totally brighten up the room. But seriously, like it's so much nicer. It's a little echoey because it's got the hardwood floor. But it's just so much nicer. I come down here and it like makes me smile. But then I go into the family room, which is still like the carpet's not as bad as it was in here. But I like really want to rip that out. But then I think there's wallpaper on the wall. So I don't know if I need to tear that down first to paint.
Maybe. There's wallpaper in here?
You can see seams. Yeah, it's like this weird textured heavy wallpaper. And it's like the ugliest creamy eggshell color. And I just hate it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's what I've been busy doing. And that's why I've been listening to lots and lots of books. I've been like busy doing stuff. But it's so good. I'm excited.
Can I tell you why I'm excited?
Yes.
I got a loom. Look at
that. That is exciting. I'm totally jealous. It's a big one. You can do cool patterns and stuff on it.
It's a 4-shaft loom. I have no idea how to use it. I did get this book that was recommended to me, and I read through it, and she has you start by making samples. So and she suggests you use wool, and it's basically worsted weight. I don't actually have any worsted weight wool. Like I have wool, but like she wants you just to use 2 colors. Like in just 2 colors, I don't have, and you need like, I think she said 440 yards of wool, and she recommends using like weaving wool because I guess it's different than knitting wool, but I think I'm gonna go to like Joann's and get some of that. They have the wool, like the plain wool. What's it called?
Fisherman's or patents?
Yeah. that's like wool, because I have like acrylic, but I don't have like that much yardage because I use it for like amigurumi and stuff. So I've used most of it. Like I don't have a lot of worsted weight yarn. Like if I do, it's like in a sweater
or hand spun.
yeah, or hand spun, which I don't want to practice with that because it'll be like actually learning how to weave. Like,
right.
Because I mean, I read like some of the stuff, like the different terms and stuff. Yeah, but I'm excited. And this book, I guess, there's a bunch of different lessons, and she said she wrote it. You can skip and everything, but since I really don't know what I'm doing, I'm just gonna work through it. Like she wrote it so you could do it like it's a class and do a lesson as a class. So I'm gonna work through it like progressively. So I'm excited. I also signed up for this hypercycloid who found the loom for me. He linked me in the Slytherin Weaving Studio. There's like a class for learning how to weave, how to warp your loom from front to back or back to front, one of the ways. And it's like a free class, and it's next week sometime. So I signed up for that. I've been watching some YouTube videos. So
that's awesome. That's very cool. And you got a good deal on it too, right? Like she found it for you, or
yeah, it's $75.
Not bad at all.
Which those things are usually like 1,000.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So also randomly last month, at the end of the month, I got my fat fiber. Oh, I probably shouldn't show you that. My fat fiber Mermaids and Fishtails contributor box, because I contributed to it. And I got a lot of fun roving samples and some yarn to play with. Like fat fiber is a lot of fun, like to sample different fibers, different dyers, and stuff like that. Like I made key fobs for my contribution to it. So I forgot to talk about that last week, or last time we podcasted. This is awesome. So in Slytherin, we have the Sunshine Committee, which, as you know, I collect this blanket squares.
Mm-hmm.
The box of the blanket squares are next to me, so I have one to show you.
You looked at one.
So if you know of anyone who's having a baby that's in Slytherin, please fill out the form, or just message me. And if you know of anyone who needs like a Slither hug, or like are going through a time of grief, or could just use, like they're struggling, we also do blankets for comfort. So message me again, and we can get people on that. But the Slytherin Sunshine Committee also does the swaps. So you have until tomorrow to sign up for the big swap, which is, I think, $25, and you have to send a handmade item, some yarn, and something else, a note. But they also do mini swaps, and then I signed up for the mini swap. It was geek culture, so you got partners, and I think the big swap is a mystery, like you don't know who your partner is. But the mini swap, you knew who your partner was, so you just like messaged them. So I got my swap, and I'm going to show you what I got. It's unicorn and it's stuffed. Isn't that awesome? So also she ordered me this.
That's really cool.
It's a Slytherin cup. So I got it, and it was like from an Etsy store, and they said the stuff they put on it, it takes 3 weeks to cure. So I have to wait 3 weeks before I can use it, because then I can put it in the dishwasher. But it's totally awesome. And then she sent me some, so it was geek culture, like stuff you like. So she sent me some like note things, which is funny because I was just looking for some of these the other day to put notes in a book that I was reading, like to mark certain parts. And so she sent me those, and then I told her I like Studio Ghibli and Totoro. So she sent me some for Totoro. Aren't they cool? Yeah, I thought it was totally awesome. I like Totoro. And then she sent me some fat quarters.
Hi.
So, did it just go off?
Totally froze for like a minute.
Oh. So she sent me some fat quarters too.
Fun.
And did you see the Totoro notepads?
You froze when you were showing those sticky pads.
Oh, okay, so she sent me some sticky pads, but they're Totoro.
I love Totoro.
Yeah.
Aw.
So they're super cute. And then my partner was living in Wisconsin. And so she sent me some magnets, the cheese head magnet. And then she sent me a Wisconsin magnet too. So she's had a little, so I need to put those on the fridge.
That's fun.
But she also sent me, because she like collects magnets, so that was cool. Like I sent her a magnet too. From Howl's Moving Castle, which is another Studio Ghibli movie that I really like.
Yeah.
And then she sent me like this cute little tag.
That is cute.
And then this cute little bunny. I like the little things.
Yeah.
And then there's another little Totoro.
Very cute.
And then this one is pretty cool. From Kiki's Delivery Service. It's the cat.
Mm-hmm.
And then like her little sign, which is totally awesome. So that's cool. And then she sent me this candy, which I ate some of it. But these chocolates. So this one is like hot.
Ooh.
It's got like some bite to it. And then this one is lavender, which you wouldn't think lavender tastes pretty good, but it actually does. But this one is my favorite. Ginger lime.
Ooh.
It's so good.
That's different.
It is so good. Anyways, yeah, so that's what my package was. It was awesome.
That is an awesome package.
Yeah. And yeah, so if you want, sign up for one of the swaps. It's a lot of fun. The Slytherins are awesome.
They are pretty great.
Yeah. So that's all that I have to talk about. But yeah.
I think I'm pretty much done too. So the kids have 2 more days of school. Well, today and tomorrow, and then they're finally done. But they're excited for it to be over.
We've been out since May 30th. So it's been a little crazy. Like I have to get used to having them around again. So Madison has been home since like the beginning of May.
Yeah.
And the house is such a mess. And she's not even here now. She's visiting her boyfriend in Arizona. And the house is still a mess with all of her stuff. Like I'm like cleaning up stuff and I find like her stuff everywhere. I'm like, seriously? Like I forgot how messy she was.
Hilarious.
He's walking in the door right now. So we end our podcast and we will see you guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.